Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Cluiche with me, Seamus, Brady, your host, and for this one I'm going to run through all of the action from round 3 of the Camogie Championships for 2023. We had some awesome results which have direct consequences on the quarter-final clashes. So let's get into this round 3 recap here on Cluiche, starting with Group 1, then going to Group 2, and then going to Group 3. So we're going to start with Group 1 first. And this result, hugely impressive from Cork. They beat Clare by 319 to 8 points away from home in Cusack Park in Ennis. A very impressive victory for Cork in a game, sealing their qualification into the next round. 2 first-half goals from Circa McCartan and Amy O'Connor, and a late point from Fiona Keating saw them lead at halftime by 2-6 to 6 points. Cork outscored Clare then in the second half 113 to 2 points. Complete domination. Amy O'Connor got the third goal for Cork in the second half. She finished with a personal tally of a goal and 9. Cork look absolutely brilliant this season. I know that Clare, I've said they're too reliant in my opinion on Orla McNamara, but still for Cork to put them away like that, hugely impressive. The other game that was on in Group 1 was the team that Cork had actually struggled against earlier on, Galway, who beat down by 118 to 10 points in Port Esler to top that group. And they will be absolutely delighted that they have done that. Now, in this game, Galway topped the group. They had the job done by halftime. Carrie Dolan had already scored 7 points, and Niamh Hannafy hit the back of the net as Galway led 110 to 4 points at halftime. Now, even though Down battled in the second half, the game was already over at that point, and Galway, just like Cork, look like they are here for business once again. Now, moving on from Group 1, Galway and Cork are the teams that are out of that group and into the next round. Moving on to Group 2, Kilkenny 2-8, Tipperary 1-11 in Nolan Park. And this result is hugely interesting because, as me and Matthew Hurley talked about a lot on our Camogie Talk on the live stream across the weekend, we were talking about how there is the 3 in Camogie, the triangle that's been at the top for the last, God knows how many years. Kilkenny, Galway, Cork. And the 2 teams that have looked the most likely to threaten that and break through that glass ceiling is Tipperary and Waterford. And Tipperary drawing with Kilkenny in Nolan Park is a hugely significant result. And now, because of this result, Kilkenny go out of the group in second, with Tipperary topping the group. Tip lost their goalkeeper Caoimhe Burke and joined captain Claude Quirk to injury in the first half, but Roisin Howard got them a goal in this half. Kilkenny responded in style with goals from Denise Gall and Aoife Prendergast, but Tip responded with points from Emer McGrath to go in at halftime level 2-4 to 1-7. In the second half, the game was there for Tipperary as they built up a 3-point lead and they held Kilkenny scoreless for 17 minutes. But Ashley McCarty, Katie Nolan and Denise Gall leveled the game and they shared the spoils. So not only were Tipperary able to get a point out of this game and get a draw out of this game, they should have got more. They should have got the victory. And that's why this result is hugely interesting, because we may have a serious All-Ireland contender to add to the 3 that have been running the game for the last few years. Now, the other result in Group 2 was also hugely significant, but for a different reason. Dublin have survived in senior camogie for another season. Dublin 16 points, Wexford a goal and 10 at Parnell Park. This is a huge victory for Dublin because it's over a Wexford side that drew with Kilkenny, so it shows that Wexford are really good. Just on top of that, it just builds huge confidence and for another crack at the senior championship next season. Aisling Maher and Ashley O'Neill hit 10 points between them for Dublin, while Ciara O'Connor hit 1-7 in vain for Wexford, who now face a relegation playoff. I do think that they will survive, but it's not great for their confidence going into next season that they have to face this. But for Dublin, huge signs of progress there, and I'm hugely proud of the girls for that performance. As I said, Aisling Maher and Ashley O'Neill hitting 10 points between them, absolutely fantastic. Now, moving on from Group 2 to Group 3, this result is hugely impressive. Waterford 5-16, Antrim 10 points at the SETU Arena. I mean, Waterford, what can I say about that? They're the other team that me and Matthew had earmarked as being a team that could potentially break through into the top 3 of Galway, Cork and Kilkenny. And with a performance like that, you can see why. The most impressive spell in this game was when Waterford hit 4 goals in 9 minutes. 2 of them coming from Mairead O'Brien, one from Beth Carton, who finished the game with 2-10, by the way, and the other one coming from Niamh Rocket. They blew Antrim away in this period. And in the second half, Beth Carton got her second goal as she finished with a tally of 2 goals and 10 points, as I mentioned. Waterford, to do this to an Antrim side that had beaten Limerick and beaten Offaly, is just hugely impressive, because it's an Antrim side that was coming into this game with momentum. Some of the forwards there, the likes of Roisin McCormick, and Waterford just blew them away. Just hugely, hugely impressive. And speaking of big score lines, check out this game as well. Limerick 5-15, Offaly 5 points in Banagher. And not only was this just domination on the scoreboard, it was domination in terms of defensively as well. At halftime, it was Limerick 1-5, Offaly 5 points. So Offaly didn't score in the second half. Limerick completely held them. A second half domination got Limerick this win. It was 1-5 to 5 points at halftime, as I said. Offaly failed to score in the second half, while Limerick scored 4-10. Just domination. The goals came from Sarah O'Brien, Claire Keating, Laura Fenley, Anya Reynolds, and Lizanne Boylan. Limerick avoid relegation playoff, but they are still out of the championship as they lost to Antrim and to Waterford as well, who got their wins. 2 wins, Antrim got. 3 wins, Waterford got. So those are the teams that get out of the group. So, guys, that is the last round of action from the group stages of the Camogie Championships for 2023. Who do you think is going to win the whole Camogie Championship? I think it's going to probably come from one of the Cork, Kilkenny, Galway triangle again this year, but Waterford and Tipperary showing me serious signs that they could be about to seriously challenge the status quo, and I can't wait to see how they get on with it. Check out all the other content across the channel, guys, from over the weekend, and until the next one, guys, take care.